Well, hello and welcome to the Spirit Safe. My name's Rob. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. Beam Suntory. Little bit of maybe strange bedfellows. You've got the Jim Beam side and the Suntory side in Japan. And they seem like they don't particularly fit together very well. And it feels like a big corporation that's collected lots of little brands. But they recently did something which was an attempt at collaboration between the Kentucky side and the Japanese side. And they called it Legent Bourbon. And it is a Kentucky bourbon distilled at the Jim Beam site. So it's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, partially finished in wine and sherry cask. Now that is very, very unusual. And they're billing this as a collaboration between Fred No, the distiller at Jim Beam, and Shinji Fukuyo, the chief blender at Suntory. So there's the distiller, master distiller in Kentucky, and the blender in Japan. And this, I believe, is a product of Kentucky, really. The Japanese blender has produced the recipe, and it's, I believe, all of the aging happens in Kentucky. So this is quite a nice bottle, and this kind of straight side, a little bit of a decanter top, thick. It's an artificial cork, but it has a wooden top, and it says on the top Kentucky in Japan, and then underneath, as you uncork the bottle, don't know if you can see that, it says 2 legends, 1 bourbon. Bottle at 47% ABV, 94 proof. This sells for about 55 Canadian at BC Liquor, which is pretty good actually. But I got it even cheaper, maybe 52 or 53, because they knocked a couple of dollars off it for a sale. And I bought this one last year, and they've actually got it on sale again now, February 2021. And I feel, this is very well priced. It's got this premium packaging. Anything that's associated with Japan is normally premiumization, particularly, you've got Kentucky producing a lot of bourbons. None of them are associated with Japan. No other bourbons really that I'm aware of have a wine or sherry finish. And yet it sells for 55. Basil Hayden sells for 50, and that's bottled at 40% ABV. And that's also a Jim Beam product. So I feel like this is being keenly priced. So that's one of the reasons I chose to review it, because it's unique, it's available, and reasonably priced. But what do we have? Wine and sherry notes are definitely making themselves known. It's sweet, herbal, and very robust on the nose. Interesting experience. Vanilla, oak, a wine note, more of the red wine coming through than the sherry, really, but certainly robust. The sherry comes in, cloves, strawberry, cherry menthol, a bit of a cigar box or tea chest note to it. A lot of menthol, and I pick up something a little bit medicinal there as well, maybe a little bit of creosote. Very, very strange, because normally they're associated with the big peated Islay whiskies. I can't really explain that, but I did pick it up. Pink bubble gum, Wrigley's Juicy Fruit, chewing gum, candy apple, laced with alcohol and spice, pear drops, a little bit of acetone. Mixed fruits, licorice. Quite a lot of honey and vanilla. palate. Sweet and sour, oaky, spicy, quite a bit of honey going on. Wine and sherry notes definitely there. They really have made an impact on this, because obviously it's receiving that additional finishing in a hot environment, so it's really come through there. It settles, so kind of chocolate, syrupy fruits, cough syrup, bit of a herbal note. Now a whiff of smoke. Let's give it a good teaspoonful of water, because it's quite dense. Nose now a lot more oak and cough syrup, menthols coming through. Lemon rind, mixed unsalted nuts, tobacco. A lot of honey with a little dash of citrus oil. Brown sugar, citrus, tobacco. I feel like adding a bit of water has brought out the bourbon side of this, but the wine note is still there, and it's still adding something to it, adding a little bit of intrigue. Slight greenish verdant note maybe, a lot of spice and gingerbread. Dried ginger. Wonderfully honeyed. And sweet wine fading to dry. Chocolate, brown sugar, vanilla, honey, citrus, sweet and sour notes, sweet oranges, and it just rounds off with a really pleasant bitterness. The finish is of mulled wine, spices, cloves, rum and brandy, dark chocolate orange, cherry menthol, cinnamon, pepper, coconut, red wine. Very nice. I'd say this is a marketing ploy that actually works. I was highly suspicious of this, because I know that there are some hit and miss type things from Jim Beam, but this I think really works. Really glad I bought this. I don't think it's going to be worth it if the price starts to rocket. And I don't think I'd have paid 85 Canadian. But at 50 to 55, definitely worth a go. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the review. Stay in good spirits, and hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.